Channel 4 News, home of forewarned weather.
Ride-sharing is going mainstream. For the first time, a rideshare company has access at Nashville International Airport. For the airport, it's a way to restore revenue they've been losing. Ride-sharing companies like Uber and Lyft are changing the way we get around town. And that extends to the airport, too. Traditional modes of transportation, taxis, limos, shuttles, they all pay for the privilege of doing business on airport property, not ride-sharing services, at least not until now.
Currently, with our taxis and limos and other services, that they use a transponder on their vehicles, and that's how we track how they're on the property.
The challenge with ride-sharing is the diversity of the operators. They don't have dedicated vehicles like taxis. The answer came in the technology that makes ride-sharing possible in the first place.
So if you're a driver with Lyft, you have to automatically put your phone in driver mode. That's so your passenger can track where you're at. Well, now our property is also embedded into that geofencing. So when you're on property, we'll be able to collect fees through that.
For Lyft drivers and customers, paying the fees gives them a dedicated access point. That way, there's always a driver waiting, just like you'd have at a taxi stand.
You know, sometimes when people get off a long flight, they're ready to go. They don't want to wait for a ride, you know, and if Lyft is able to be here to provide service for those customers, yeah, it's definitely a plus for us.
For now, Lyft is the only ride-share service with an agreement like this. If they're paying for that privilege, you might assume that cost might be passed on to the customer. Now, we do try to confirm that with Lyft, but did not get a response by our news deadline.